Now, I'm going to show you why you're not supposed to take your porridges together with milk. Yes, in fact, your maize porridge, your wheat, your oats, and what have you, you are not supposed to take them with milk. Now, here's the reason. Most of these cereals and legumes have what we call a compound or a chemical we call phytates. Now, these phytates are anti-nutrients. And the reason why we say they are anti-nutrients is that they mostly bind or form complexes with the nutrients we have in our foods. So they mostly form complexes together with calcium, iron, zinc, and other minerals that we have in our food. Now, assuming you have a maize porridge and it has phytate in it or phytic acid in it. Now, when you mix it together with milk, now one of the sources of calcium to any individual is from milk because milk has higher percentages of calcium. So, if you have your maize porridge and you pour milk or you mix it with milk, what's going to happen is that the phytate or the phytic acid in the maize porridge is going to form complexes, so it's going to bound to the calcium in the milk. And as a result of that, when the complex or that compound enters the gastrointestinal tract and it gets to the intestines, your body is not going to be able to absorb the calcium that it was supposed to get, you know. So you are not going to get that calcium or other minerals like the iron, zinc, and what have you. So this is mainly the reason why we are not supposed to mix milk with porridges, especially maize, oats, wheat, cereals, and legumes in general. You know, so we have to take key notice of this. But notwithstanding, there are certain things you can also do in order to actually deactivate the phytate or remove the phytic acid so that you can have the best of minerals being available to your human body for it to be absorbed. One of the things that is done mostly is that you soak the cereal in water for quite some time, over 12 hours actually. So if let's say you want to prepare oats, you have to soak the oats in water for over 12 hours. When you do this, what happens is that as you soak it in water, an enzyme is actually activated. It's called phytase. Now phytase help in the breakdown of phytate or the phytic acid, meaning it helps it to, it degrades the phytate. That's the compound or the chemical found in the cereals and legumes. It degrades them, and as a result of that, their availability will be less, meaning they are not going to form complexes with calcium and other minerals like iron and zinc that I mentioned earlier on. Yeah, so soaking, when you soak the cereal or legume in water for quite some time. In fact, this is one of the reasons why beans is supposed to be soaked in water for quite probably a day before its preparation, so that the phytates are broken down and that you have the best of nutrients from the beans being used or being absorbed by the human body. So aside soaking, the next thing is that you can boil. The more you boil these cereals and legumes at higher temperatures, the more you are able to eliminate some of the phytate or the phytic acids. And once this happens, you're going to have your nutrients available to you. Nevertheless, boiling food for a very long time under high pressures too can actually degrade other essential minerals as well. So you have to be very, very careful. So the choice is yours, but the best thing I think you are supposed to do is that if you want to take your porridges with your milk and enjoy it very well, you have to soak the cereals or the legumes you are using for the porridge in water for over 12 hours. Yes, then you boil it at the right temperature as well. With this, you can have some of or most of this phytate I'm talking about out from the food, and you can now use it together with your milk and enjoy your meal. If not, Then when you just cook it and you mix it with your milk, the calciums that you are supposed to get from your milk is not going to be available. In fact, they are going to be passed away from your body through probably your feces, and it's going to go out. And phytate is actually one of the unseen cause of anemia. Anemia is not a disease, it's a symptom of an underlying disease condition. But then we have iron deficiency anemia. Phytate also forms complexes with ions. So we have to take note of some of these things and do the necessary things in order for us to get the best out from the food we eat. One giant in the medical field, I think Hippocrates, he said that let your food be your medicine and your medicine your food. And once you are able to eat well, you will live well. Okay, so this is one of the nutritional hacks that I think you ought to know. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'm Dr. Wambenchi. Bye.